Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the world according to Patrick. It's been a minute. It's been too long. I had stuff going on as we all have, but had a lot of things happening and been meaning to do a video for a while. And I've been sidetracked doing other things, but I'm like, man, shit, that's fun. I got to do another one. And I'm really actually ashamed that I have not done this band yet because they're one of my all-time favorite bands. What I do on this is I rank my favorite artist, where I go to my least favorite to my favorite, and they actually have 12 studio albums. I'm going to do 11. The name of the band is Exodus. One of my all-time favorite bands of all time. I mean, I love this band. Actually, me and my best friend growing up, Rodney, loved this band. I was thinking about him today, and I'm like, you know what? We love this band, and actually, I think he might have got me into them, or I don't know if I got him into them. I mean, we're talking 1985, 86, so I've been listening to this band a while. But I thought, thinking about him, you know what, I'm going to do this. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Again, one of my all-time favorite bands. I'm not going to include Let There Be Blood. They say it's their 12th album, but it's when Rob Dukes redid basically Bonded by Blood, where, of course, Paul Baloff was singing on that album. I mean, come on. I actually don't dislike the album, but I mean, the original Paul Baloff thing is an absolute classic. So I'm not going to include that one. It probably would be at the bottom of my list, but I don't dislike any of these albums. Interesting career, this band. Probably my favorite guitarist other than Tony Iommi of all time is Gary Holt. I love Rick Hunolt too, used to be in the band. Lovely Atlas too, just a great guitar-driven band. If you dig really heavy guitar and thrash, this is just, I don't know. To me, this band should be bigger than they are, but I think a lot of it is they've had 3 different singers in their career. Paul Baloff, Zet, who left, Steve Souza left, brought in Rob Dukes, and then, of course, Zetro came back. So we've had 3 different singers in these, but there's not a weak album in this catalog, if you ask me. And I had a lot of trouble ranking these, man. This is a lot of trouble, but I got to go in a certain order, right? So I'm just going to go from my least favorite to my favorite. This could change too, but this is how I've got it today anyway. But coming in at number 11, Force of Habit. Not that crazy about the album cover, but hey, whatever, right? I don't hate the album. I think it's, though definitely from start to finish, my least favorite out of their albums. But considering a lot of bands were doing it in 1992, it's not a weak album. I don't really care for the remake of Bitch, the Rolling Stones cover, but they were definitely trying to get more accessible, I guess, because of the record label. I know the band's not that crazy about it from what I've read, but actually after this album came out, they went on hiatus for a while and broke up for a minute. But I don't hate the album. Some good tracks on here. I think it's a little too much shit, actually. It's not a terrible album, but 11 for me is Force of Habit. Coming in at number 10, an album that, I don't dislike either, Blood In, Blood Out. If I had any complaints about it, I think it was a little rushed because at the time Gary Holt was in Slayer. Jeff Hanneman had passed away, and he was actually filling in for him before he passed away. Still not a bad album, though. I mean, I love Black 13. Just a great song. Body Harvest is another great song. Not a bad song on here. I mean, B2K, killer song. What is the song? It's Salt the Wound. Features Kirk Hammett, who actually formed Exodus with Tom Hunting 100 years ago. Before he was in Metallica, of course. He plays a solo on this. But good album. Number 10 is Blood In, Blood Out. Coming in at number 9. Last album to feature Rob Dukes. Really strong album. Exhibit B, The Human Condition. Strong album, man. I mean, Downfall. Probably my favorite song on there. I don't know. The Sun Is My Destroyer is another killer. Just pummeling song. Number 9, Exhibit B, The Human Condition. A lot of people, people really shit on Rob Dukes. I think he's a good singer. Does he sound like Zet? No, that'd be a little weird if he did. He was just being himself. And good frontman. Saw him live. I was fortunate enough to see him live with Zet and Rob, but unfortunately I never got to see him with Paul Baloff, unfortunately. Coming in at number 8, I hate doing this. This is her last release, but I got to put these in a certain order. And the more I listen to this album, the more I like it. Persona non grata. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, Persona non grata. Not a weak track on here. Prescribing Horror is just, The Beatings Will Continue is killer too. I'm trying to think of this. There's a song in here where actually Rick Uno does a guest appearance with one of the solos, just a killer solo. Lunatic Liar Lord, I believe it's that song, that track. From front to back, that great album. Last album, Persona non grata. Coming in number 7. Could be a little controversial. I really don't give a shit. I got to put these in a certain order, but I do love this album, but I have to go in an order, right? Fabulous Disaster, yeah. I know a lot of the people might have this as their number 1. I love the album. Again, Exodus is one of my favorite bands, but I got to go in an order. I think a lot of it, I'm just not as crazy about the Toxic Waltz as a lot of people are. I mean, I like the song, but people like Exodus, unfortunately, is known for that song, and they've got so many other songs and other tracks that are just, to me, so much better than that one. I mean, I like it, though. I mean, you got, and I don't like Lowrider. I've never liked the version of that. But, I mean, it's still a great album. Number 7 is Fabulous Disaster. Number 6, The Atrocity Exhibition, Exhibit A. The second album to feature Rob Dukes. Killer album, man. I don't know. I almost had this up higher, but, I got it where I got it. Riot Act. Funeral Hymn, Children of Worthless God is probably my favorite track on here. Iconoclasm, though, is just killer. I mean, there's not a bad song on here. But The Atrocity Exhibition, Exhibit A, killer album. And that's number 6, right? I said that? Yeah, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, Impact is Imminent. Oh, God. If you would have asked me this a few years ago, I probably would not have that up so high. But the more I've listened to this album, it is just killer. I think it's underrated. Gary and Rick just really rip out on this, the H Team. I mean, you got AWOL, The Lunatic Parade, Within the Walls of Chaos. Only Death Decides probably my favorite track on the album. But front to back, just a great album. And that is Impact is Imminent. Coming in at number 4. Love this album. Shovel-Headed Kill Machine. First album to feature Rob Dukes. Man, this album is just pummeling, man. Most of the things are other than Force of Habit, but I mean, it starts off with Raise. Death Amphetamine is one of my favorite Exodus tracks. Shudder to Think. I Am Abomination. I mean, oh man. Now Thy Death Day Come. Great album. Shovel-Headed Kill Machine at number 4. 2 and 3. I switched it up right before I did this, but I'm going to go ahead and have this in 3, even though I love this album. For a lot of bands, this would be my number 1, but, love this album. Pleasures of the Flesh. I just love this album. Front to back. Till Death Do Us Part. Parasite. Brain Dead. Kimmy Kill is another one of my favorites. Great album. First album to feature Zet after Paul Baloff was fired from the band, but can't go wrong with this. Just a great album. And number 2, just listened to this the other day at the gym. I mean, not a bad song on here. Scar Spangled Banner, War Is My Shepherd, Blacklist. I mean, Impaler. I mean, Tempo of the Damned. Name of the album, Tempo of the Damned. Last album to feature Zet for many, many years. And actually the last album to feature Rick Uno, who left the band after this album came out. And I'm actually fortunate to have his signature autograph on here. I don't know if you can see it. It's all black. But I have Jeff Gibson's signature on here as well. But great album. Number 2, Tempo of the Damned. And of course, number 1, one of my favorite albums of all time. Any genre of music. I hate this album cover. Blinded by Blood. I cannot find the original album cover, Bonded by Blood, on CD other than this. I do have it on cassette, though. I mean, front to back, absolute classic. Bonded by Blood, Exodus, And Then There Were None, A Lesson in Violence, Medical Man, Piranha, No Love, Deliver Us the Evil, Strike of the Beast. I mean, come on, there's not a bad track on here. Bonded by Blood, you know. So again, I'm gonna go from now my favorite to my least favorite. Number 1, Bonded by Blood. I do this with the cassette. That's a much cooler album cover. I mean, look at that. Number 2, Tempo of the Damned. Number 3, Pleasures of the Flesh. Number 4, Shovelhead Kill Machine. Number 5, Impact is Imminent. Number 6, Atrocity Exhibition Exhibit 8A. Number 7, Fabulous Disaster. Number 8, Persona Non Grata. Number 9, Exhibit B, The Human Condition. Number 10, Blood In, Blood Out. And number 11 is Force of Habit. Yeah, I don't get the album cover, but hey, it's not terrible. Real quick, definitely love this DVD. Shovel-Headed Tour Machine. This is right when Rob Jukes joined the band. He kind of basically made a video of them going on tour for about a year, and it actually shows them. There's a concert on here too. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, man. Really glad I own this. I mean, I'm old school. I know you can look at a lot of this on YouTube, but you know, you get a DVD, a movie, you know, a couple DVDs, and a CD on here as well. But definitely something worth checking out. Shovel-Headed Tour Machine. And again, if you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe. Sorry it's been a minute. I'm going to do another one again soon. If you want to do Pantera and Meshuggah, some other bands that I've been meaning to do for a minute. But I hope everybody had a excellent Christmas, and I hope everybody has a happy New Year. I'll be doing another one soon, and I will talk to you guys soon. Later.